All right, so I didn't know I would be filming this video because I'm not a big book haul person. I buy a book or two here or there, and then I show you guys in my Friday reads, and I'm like, cool. And once in a while, we check out my physical TBR cart and we go, where are we at? That's how I do book hauls, because I don't typically buy a bunch of books. Like maybe in a year, I guess I'd have to look, but I think I would say I buy about 20. Which isn't a bad number, but I just don't keep track of it. I don't find joy in that type of spreadsheet, so I don't. Which is why I show them to you as I get them. But my birthday just happened, and normally I only get like a book or two for my birthday. But Ryan was really sweet, and he took me to the Loganberry bookstore here in Cleveland, which I haven't been to yet. I do plan to go back. They do seem to have a lot of book clubs that I could like, because I'm still searching for my new in-person book club. Could probably be searching harder, but it hasn't happened yet. And it was really great because, he just let me loose in a bookstore. And so I just got to buy books, and I bought a bunch of books. And then there's kind of a present he gave me and a book he bought. And then there is just one present. I'm just going to show you guys it's not a book. So this is the not a book present that my mom got me, but it's really cool. I'm not a Lego girly per se, but I am a Lion King girly. And look at this. It has 1,400 pieces. Look at this. I'm very excited. So this is some sort of winter break project when I have a TV show or audiobook that I want to consume. So that was one of my presents that I really loved. So yeah, and I guess I already showed you guys this in a previous video, but this was like a present to myself. This was a birthday present to myself, getting Cryoburn and all the ebooks, and I'm already really, really excited about them. But you've seen that. So let's start with the book my mom got me. My mom and my stepdad. And they always get me the newest Sanderson. And unless you've been under a rock, the newest Sanderson's been out. And it's this big boy. It's Wind and Truth, which is honestly probably my favorite cover. I'm unsure. It's really big. This is astronomically huge. The pages are Bible thin. I don't love that it's gray. Don't enjoy that. I like to show them naked. Up there I have all of them, and it's blue, red, yellow, purple, and now gray. I think it should be green. I have opinions that this should be green, but I really actually like the cover. I like that I have the art to look at now. This is a weapon. Yeah, this is large. I am currently somewhere in the 7th part, and I'm filming this because I needed to stop because I'm stressed out of my mind. So now, what is in this big bag? I had a lot of fun. It's a very good used and new sort of bookstore, and they were really great. Every $100 you spend, you get a $10 coupon, which I think is great. And there was one book I picked out, didn't even notice it was damaged. The clerk noticed it was damaged and gave me 10% off. And I was like, how great. The first one I have on the stack is More Perfect by Temi O. It's a Orpheus and Eurydice sci-fi retelling. I think we're in a kind of an alternate reality VR space potentially. Our main character's name is Moremi, but there is an actual Orpheus. I really like Do You Dream of Terror 2. I've been wanting to read this. This came out last year. It was a sci-fi release of 2023 that I never got to. I trust this author. I would like to get to it. I remember that she also just reads fast for me, so I just think it'd be a fun time. So I picked it up, and now I has it. Next in the stack, everyone who recommended this should be very, very happy. I have We Used to Live Here. This is a horror book. The comp is Get Out meets Parasite. Who's to say if that's what this is? I know it's haunted house. Or it's stressful house situation. I don't know if it's very supernatural. I don't really know. I don't really care. It's gotten a lot of good buzz. I think it's a really strong debut. It looks like a wintry horror, and I might try and read that in January or February. It's only 300 pages. I really like how it feels in my hands. So yeah, I couldn't not pick this up, especially because Ryan and I've just been the last couple years more into horror. And so, just might give it a go. Oh, this is the one that was apparently slightly damaged, which I didn't. It was on the back, so that's probably why I didn't notice. But this one I picked up because I mentioned it on my Goodreads sci-fi, what I wanted the shortlist to be. And I keep seeing it everywhere. When we were in Toronto, I couldn't stop seeing it. And so that's Ocean's Gori. So shiny. Everything is so shiny. But I just think this cover is so pretty. I'm trying to show it to you without you seeing all of the lights in this room. There's 2 windows, a ring light, and everything. So I think our main character is half Korean, and it's apparently a disgraced Korean space pirate. There is an interplanetary murder conspiracy, and An Unlikely Move Along the Stars, and I think there's some found family elements. I really like the cover. I think it's a small indie press, potentially a debut author, unsure, but I just kept seeing it everywhere. And it was my birthday, and so I bought it. Need I say more? I don't know if there's anyone I've known who's really read it. And like, actually, another reason I picked this up. So after posting that video, people were like, I actually really like that book. And I'm like, okay, cool. Word of mouth says it might be worth a go. And it's another shortish book. Like, yeah, only like 300 some pages. Yeah, 320-ish pages. So yeah. All right, so this book I didn't buy. They have a birthday box at this bookstore. And it was my birthday. Like, we were going shopping for my birthday. And, like, they're like, well, you get to pick from the birthday box. And, like, there was some fun stuff in there. A Song of Ice and Fire was in there. Jade City was in there. Like, there were good books. I've just already read most of them. I hadn't read this book, and I do plan on trying this author. So I guess I'm starting here because it's just what I have. And that is Happy Place by Emily Henry. Yeah, and like, you know, it's not a perfect condition book or anything like that, but I doubt I'm going to be someone who just collects all of these in hardcover. I don't even do that with Abby Jimenez, so like, why would I start now? This is the story where the two people have broken up, but they don't want to tell their friends because it's their last time at the happy place, and I guess it's probably sort of second chance romance trope-ish. I hear many mixed reviews about, like, they don't understand why they broke up and, like, that whole thing, but I think it'll be fun. I mostly just want to get a vibe for her writing style, because there are others of her works that I'm more interested in, but this was in the free book box, and I'm not above a free book, you know? Next up, my dad was very excited about this, and I've been wanting to read this since 2020, maybe even earlier. This might have been on my Goodreads want to read shelf since before I've had a BookTube channel, and that is The Andromeda Strain by Michael Crichton. I have read Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. I liked it. I think he does a pretty good job of thriller hard sci-fi. I think that genre that he's kind of hallmarked and made very popular, he's good at. This one I think is more of a Contagion story. I do think it's supposed to be underground because I sort of picked it up again because of like a bingo prompt. This is apparently the 50th anniversary edition. I don't even know when it came out because for all I know this has been in the bookstore for a while. So I think it came out in 1969. So this is probably a 2019 printing. It looks short, it's floopy, and worst case, if I don't like it, my dad loves it, I can send it to him. Win-win. And then the last book in the box, the last win-win that has me and a lot of my friends incredibly excited, is so Ryan bought himself the floopy paperback of The Way of Kings. Now you might be asking yourself, Angela, don't you own The Way of Kings? Well, yes, I do. I own the original first print edition hardback. I own the leather bounds. I own an ebook. I don't own the audiobook. But Ryan only reads physically, so he can't use my ebook. He does not like to do that. The hardback is too heavy. He can't read that in bed. He reads in bed at night. This is already going to be a challenge. We did look at the mass market paperback to see if he would prefer that. And he was like, no, no, no. So this is the one, and it still has the art, and I've kind of wanted to collect these. Because, as I mentioned at the start of the video, with the hardbacks, I tend to take off the dust jacket. Because 2010 me did not like this cover, like at all. It's grown on me. I will say it's still not my favorite cover. I just don't like the cape. I'm really not big into this cape here. The landscape's really pretty. It's grown on me. And I find these covers just really annoying because there's just so many words everywhere, so I can't like look at the art. But I've always kind of liked the fluffy little paperbacks. The pages are slightly thicker than the hardbacks. They're a little easier to turn. They still have the art. So I've been kind of thinking about collecting these, especially because of how the spines look. Because the original Way of Kings spine was not this way. It was written horizontally. And so as he goes through it, we're going to get the trade paperbacks. If he goes through it. It's a win-win. If he ends up stopping, I'll just keep buying them. And I'll just finish my collection. But his best friend and one of my close friends read it and loved it. His other friend read it and loved it. And so bullying works. And he is finally going to try. Because he's read the Mistborn trilogy. Just so we're clear. In like 2018, when we started dating, I give like every guy I've ever dated the Mistborn trilogy. And I don't know, it's just like, it usually works, especially for guys. Like it's very hard for me to find certain people who read the Mistborn trilogy and don't like it. There's like one friend who at first didn't like it, but he really liked Elantris. But like, I don't know, I think he just wanted to not like it because then he reread it a few years later and he loved it. Like, for the most part, if I get the sense that you will like Mistborn and I hand you Mistborn, you're gonna have a good time. And so he read the Mistborn trilogy. He loved it. Well of Ascension is his favorite, which is my favorite. He did notice all the twists and turns because he's like smart or something. Although I did learn from like Alan from the Library of Alexandria that like I guess if you play a lot of JRPGs, which Ryan does, some of the tropes that Sanderson is influenced by are more common in that storytelling field. And I know for me, Sanderson's epic, Mistborn was like one of the first trilogies I'd read of that ilk. So I think a lot of the twists and turns were more twisty for me. But that is to say, he likes Sanderson's storytelling. He's not a big fantasy person per se. Like, he's read Mistborn and he's read A Song of Ice and Fire. And that's about it. He reads mostly more contemporaries and horrors and, whatever speaks to him. So we'll see how this goes. I won't be mad if he doesn't like it. But I am really excited because his friend who just finished Words of Radiance, which, one of the peaks for reading Stormlight if you are a Stormlight fan. It's just so exciting. And this book's my one friend in the group chat, she didn't understand what I meant when I said, Ryan got the floppy trade back. She's like, what do you mean by floppy? And I mean like floppy. I mean like, look at that. Look at that. So floppy. And I was telling him, this is the short one. Like, let's look. Shortest, longest. So big. And like, what's wild is this is like 300 pages longer, and that's how much thinner these pages are, which is insanity to me. Anyways, that's my little birthday haul of all the things. I'm pretty excited. I think it's a good little blend of stuff, and it gives me like a good refresh on the TBR cart for the new year, because I've been doing a good job of reading down like a lot of stuff. Like, there's always still stuff. Hi, I'm not a TBR 0 girl. That's also not a thing I strive for. But yes, I'm now going to finish this video. Maybe see if I'm ready to read the next chapter of Wind and Truth, because again, stress. Like the best stress. And I'm able to like read it at the same time as like two of my friends, which is very fun. Just by happenstance. I always just love a good impromptu buddy read where people are just naturally at their own pace lining up. It doesn't always happen. When it does, it's magic. Anyways, if you want to leave an emoji to let me know you're here. Ooh, I don't know. Leave an emoji of like the book that you are most excited for me to read. So like if it was the house book, it could be like snow or a house. If it's happy place, I don't know, it could be a summer emoji. If it's Andromeda Strain, it could be like science-y. I don't know. Something like that. Or if you just don't want to put that much thought into it, a heart of your favorite color. And otherwise, like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.